Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Umbrella Academy Season 2. First we're going to be talking about the things I loved about this season, and there are a lot of things. For starters, I loved Sissy and Vanya. They have such a good relationship. It made me so sad when they had to part. It also makes me wonder, will there be a reunion in Season 3? I loved the jumps around in time. The minute Reggie told Five, sometimes a matter of seconds can change everything, I knew that was going to come up again. And when Five jumps back a matter of seconds in the last episode and saves the day, that was the most epic thing I've ever seen. I loved it so much. I really loved the bond between Klaus and Allison. The reunion scene when he's floating in the pool and she jumps in the water fully clothed to give him a hug was so sweet. I also loved Ray when he told Allison that he would rather have a year with her than a lifetime with anyone else. I don't even have words. I really love the dynamic between Klaus and Ben. I feel like we really got to learn more about the relationship. I love Ben so much. More on Ben later. Oh, but I do want to add, I really loved the pep talk that Ben gave Vanya when she needed him. That was just so sweet. Ben is such a good guy. Diego and Lila, I love them so much. They are perfect for each other, honestly, and they love each other so much. It's just so sweet. I love it. I love everything about it. It was really interesting seeing human Grace. I just didn't think that she was human. I thought she was just a robot, but apparently the robot was based off a human, which was really interesting to me. Also makes me wonder at what point real Grace, human Grace, died. Maybe that'll come up later. The music. The music of this season was so good. It was all throwbacks. I loved how Klaus used popular song lyrics for his cult. I just thought that was hilarious. I loved all of the music this season. I especially loved when they played Dancing with Myself when the two versions of Five were fighting. That was hilarious. One of my favorite scenes was the Hargreaves family dinner at that tiki lounge. I just thought that was so funny. The dynamics were so crazy and it was just, I loved it. I loved everything about it. Although I will say I hated when the dad was mean to Diego. I hated that. I thought the special effects this season were really well done, especially when Klaus and Ben were fighting for control of Klaus's body. Like, that was really cool to see. Another scene I really loved that was kind of a standout scene from the season for me was when everybody piles into the car to go help Vanya help Harlan. I just thought the solidarity, the love, the sense of family, it was so cute. It was just such a great scene. I could watch it all day. When Diego stopped the bullets, that was insane. I had no idea that telepathy was, telekinesis actually is the right word. I had no idea that was what helped him aim his knives. I just thought he had a really good aim. So I'd like to see more about how Diego's powers work. I think that would be really cool. And I just really love that part, that he would stop all those bullets to help save his brother Five. That was just so sweet. Something that was really amazing and epic was when Vanya just wiped out the army of the Commission. Like, just wiped them out on the field. I was like, heck yeah, go Vanya, using your powers for good. We love a hero. The last thing I really loved was how Herb gets appointed, like the interim president of the commission. He deserves it. He's a good guy. I just thought that was so cute, so funny, so sweet. The perfect touch. Now we're going to talk about a couple things I didn't like. First and foremost, I hated how Luther for most of the season was just so dejected and angry and angsty. It was just like, Luther, not everything's about you. The world's about to end, okay? Pull yourself together. I really hated when those commission guys came in and killed the guy with, like, the cameras and all the, conspiracy theories. I loved that guy. That made me so sad. I really, really hated how the commissioner kept manipulating Lila the entire season. I kept waiting for Lila to catch on and, like, get it, but she didn't get it till the last episode, and I was just, like, so frustrated. I hated that. I will say, though, that the handler... Did I call her the commissioner earlier? I meant the handler. Okay, anyway. I loved the handler's clothes. They were just so funny and, like, so her. That was really cool. But I hate her as a person. Now we're going to talk about all the times I cried this season. And there was a lot of times. Number one, the whole storyline with Dave and Klaus. When Dave punches Klaus, when Dave says he already enlisted, just everything was so heart-wrenching. I felt so bad for Klaus. I felt so bad for Dave. Like, it was just really sad. The other time when I really cried was when Ben kind of goes into his afterlife. That was just so sad that he's dead for real, and now Klaus is without his best friend, and the fact that he sacrificed himself to save Vanya, to save the world, that was just so touching, and it'll be different without Ben, honestly, and And when Vanya tells Klaus that Ben didn't go on because he was scared, not because of Klaus, and you can just tell that really just took a burden off of Klaus's shoulders. And it was just so sweet. Okay, a couple of little funny moments. The first was when they called that old lady Olga and started threatening her before they realized that the writing said Oga. Oga Feroga, and they were just threatening this old lady. I thought that was really funny. The second thing I thought was funny was, like, not haha funny, but like dry funny, was how Luther is so stupid, and here he is trying to deal with two fives, old man 5 and young boy 5. I was just like, Luther is too frickin' dumb to have to figure out which 5 is the good 5. Now we're going to talk about things that were very intense, or times I was literally shook. The first time I was shook was when Vanya and 5 had it out. That was really intense. Episode 7 in general I thought was so explicit. When 5 literally assassinates the entire board, it was just like shockingly grotesque to me. I couldn't even watch. I was so surprised when Lila turned out to have powers as well, and that her power is to copycat other powers. That was just mind-blowing to me. I was also really surprised that Mr. Hargreaves didn't want the president dead. Like, that was like, what? Oh my god, I literally thought that they were going to kill off Allison, and I was just shocked, because I don't know how Luther would go on, quite frankly, without Allison. So I was just like shocked. I'm so glad she pulled through. Does she have to have a near death every season? I don't know. Thank God Luther was there, honestly. Poor 5. How many times does he have to see his whole family die? He's already seen them all die at least 3 times. That's crazy. That's 3 times too many as far as I'm concerned. When it ended up that the handler was after Harlan to try to get him to go to her side, I was just like, this lady is so diabolical. So diabolical. It's crazy. Now we're going to talk about a couple questions I had or confusing parts in this season. The first thing that was confusing is in episode 7, 5 jumps from the 60s to 1982 to assassinate the board with literally no problem, when he previously said that it was impossible for him to jump through time, and every time we've seen him jump through time, it's had disastrous results. So that was a little weird. I don't know if now he does know how to use his powers, but he doesn't know how to do it with a group, because why do they need the briefcase if 5 can jump so precisely? You know what I mean? Also, how was he able to jump to 1982 when in that timeline, the time, like, was supposed to end in the 60s? So how would they be meeting in 82? I don't know, I didn't get that part. Also, I thought it was a little weird how Vanya all of a sudden is just able to control her powers perfectly. I know the whole scene in the FBI, she kind of loses control, but when Harlan is drowning, she's just able to lift up the whole lake, no problem. That didn't make any sense to me. Speaking of Harlan, I'm really surprised that he has powers now. What does that mean? Is Sissy going to be able to raise him? It's unclear. I'm confused. Also, let's just talk for a second about Reginald. What the heck? When he unzipped his skin suit and there's like some kind of crazy alien octopus in there, that was nuts. But honestly, it explains why he's so obsessed with space. But like, what is he? I'm baffled. Also, let's just talk about the ending. Wow. I don't even know what it means. Like, the implications, I have no idea. What is this new Ben like? Is he like our Ben, or is he different because he had a whole different upbringing? I'm wondering if the reason that there is this new timeline is because Reginald knows about the old timeline, so he's able to make new choices, or I'm not really sure why things are playing out differently. I'm also curious, is Pogo alive in this new timeline? Is human Grace alive? Is robot Grace alive? Like, what's up with our people? I also am really looking forward to seeing what powers these new kids have, since obviously the powers are pretty cool. I mean, Lila's power, I've never even heard of anything like that, so I'm interested to see what these Sparrow Academy kids' powers are. Overall thoughts, I loved it. I loved it so much. I think I even liked it better than season 1. I pray that there's going to be a season 3. I don't know what I would do without a season 3. My standout characters this season were Diego, obviously. I love him. 5, who, I don't know why, but he always has to try to save the world alone. Why does no one ever help him? I loved, obviously, Klaus. Just so much character development. He's the most emotionally vulnerable of all the characters, I feel like, and I love that about him. And then lastly, Ben. He is the true hero of this season. He's the backbone of so many characters. I love Ben. His sacrifice is the reason that everyone's still alive and there was no doomsday. He's just a great guy. And the last thing that I need to see in season 3 is a reunion between Diego and Lila. I'm living for it. I need to see it pronto, as soon as possible. So yeah, those are my thoughts on season 2. Let me know what you thought. I love the Umbrella Academy and I'd love to talk about it if anyone wants to talk. Please, please, please feel free and encouraged to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thanks again. Bye. So yeah, those are my thoughts. So yeah.